This video is proudly sponsored by NewType. Tools, accessories, model kits, these guys have it. Hop over to newtypeshq.com and use promo code Otaku for 10% off on your next purchase. Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to another exciting episode from the good folks from Bandai, Japan. So before I begin my adventure of immersing my soul into another perfect grade, I wanted to highlight a master grade that deserves a little bit more love than it deserves. So why not kick things off with the 1/100 scale Master Grade Support Mobile Pod RB79K Ball. And without further ado, let's get to it. So the moment you get this box, you're going to be immediately blown away by the fantastic artwork that's done, but more importantly, how unique this mobile suit is. It has a unique inner frame design that really expresses a lot of characteristic charm. So before I get too philosophical, what's inside the box? So the moment you open up the box, you're going to be immediately introduced by two unique decal systems. One is going to be the traditional decal stickers, while the other one is going to be dry transfers. Now, this one is kind of complicated for some people that have never done dry transfers, so I'll be sure to actually show you a video description on how to apply correctly. So runner 1 is going to be containing the double cannon system as well as a handful of clear parts which are going to be used for the camera systems for the weapons. As for the other pieces, those are going to be containing the armor pieces for the ball as well as additional clear parts for the cockpit. But not only that, you're going to get a handful of rubber tubing parts that are going to be used for the joints for the arms. And to top things off, the inner frame for the mobile ball itself, which looks really cool. But what's even cooler is the frame that surrounds the actual ball. I believe it has something to do with creating structural integrity in space. Now as we get down to the last two bags of this mobile suit, you not only get an action base for this kit, but you get an additional weapon accessories if you don't prefer to use the dual cannon system, which is pretty cool. Now as for the instruction manual, this is where things get less complicated. It is very straightforward and very easy to follow. In fact, the first page gives you a brief diagram how to apply the sticker decals. As for the next page, it gives you a brief description of how to apply dry transfers onto hard surface, which is very straightforward. You just need a hard tip pen and then rub that sucker onto a flat surface. That's pretty much it. And on the following page, no mobile suit is not complete without some lore to explain its origins and how it was manufactured. And if you'd like to do some custom painting, which I'm going to do, you get a brief diagram on what you need for the color chart to pull that effect off. So as I was double checking to see if I had an adequate amount of paint to pull off this project, I noticed that I was running dangerously low of my favorite orange paint. So I swung by to my local model shop to see if they had any more in stock, and unfortunately they didn't. But they did recommend me to try out Mission Model Paint, which is acrylic base. Now I know it's a big of a risk to try out a paint that I've never used before, but I've trusted these guys for 2 years and I know they haven't let me down. So this part is optional, you don't have to do this. I'm going to be using light gray primer for the inner frame as well as the armor pieces for the mobile pod, while primer black is going to be used to pop out that nice refractive look for metal pieces. So before I get started on doing any kind of custom painting, I first need to actually predetermine where I'm going to be funneling the electrical wiring for the chip LED lights for this whole entire kit. So key areas are going to be the cockpit, the two side panels, as well as the thrusters in the back, and the main thrusters on the bottom of the model kit. But most importantly, since the kit is relatively hollow inside, that's going to make things tremendously easier for me to actually hide all that electrical wiring. Alright dudes and dudettes, as this video's wrapping up, I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents on what I thought about the kit. This was an absolute treat. I have built this kit before like 3 or 4 years ago, and I kept it relatively simple. I did some flat coat spray with some Tamiya panel lining and then applying the dry transfers, but never had the courage to actually do any custom painting, or a matter of fact, never had the courage to actually do any kind of custom LED lights. So if you build the kit straight up as it is, it will take about 1 or 2 days. This process, however, takes close to 5 to 10 days, and it was absolutely worth it. Now, whether you guys should, buy it or not, it's totally up to you. It's a simple kit. It's a lot of fun. I had a blast, and maybe you guys will have a blast playing it too, but if it's not your cup of tea, there are other variations out there. And like that, dudes and dudettes, we are done. Thank you so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me, and I will see you on the next video.